Welcome to the 2018 Saskatchewan Martial Arts Association Provincial Championships here at the Legend Centre in Warman. We're here showcasing martial artists from across the province. My name is Crystal Greenwood, this is my co-host Kelly Greenwood, and we will be bringing you all things martial arts today. I hope you guys enjoy the competition. Welcome back to the 2018 Saskatchewan Martial Arts Association Provincial Championships here at the Legend Centre in Warman. In our center ring here, we're going to get things started with our 8 and 9-year-old division, orange to green belt. I'm going to tell you about the judges here first. We have Mr. Ryan Palalko right in the middle, and on his left is Mr. Harry Orn and Mr. Rob Perron on his right. They will be our officials here for the first bit of the morning. So what we're going to start here with is what's called forms, kata. For those of you that are not familiar with martial arts, what that is it's a series of patterns and techniques put on display for everybody to see. Now you'll see very different styles because there's a diverse styles within Saskatchewan, which is nice to see. We're going to be showcasing that today. And
what you have is you've got 2 kung fu clubs. You also have a taekwondo club, and then you have several Shotokan karate clubs with their varying styles.
So right now what they do is they go up and they introduce themselves to the judges to present, and they'll begin their form shortly. Now the judges look for several things while we're judging, and myself and Kelly, we've actually experienced being the judge as we own a club ourselves. Kelly, can you tell everybody what the judges are looking for when we're watching a kata?
In general, they're looking for, does the student, how do they present themselves? So when they first introduce themselves, are they confident? Do they know what their name is? Do they know the name of their kata? So some very generic information. And then that's usually followed by the child, in this case, presents a form or a pattern based on their particular style of martial arts. In regards to what the judges are looking for, they're looking for intensity, they're looking for the complexity of the moves, the speed, if there's a change in speed, whether it's slow to fast, fast back to slow, and vice versa, as well as they're looking for the level of difficulty of the moves, and also footwork and balance while the child is doing the form.
Awesome. So he just finished his form, and the judges will be scoring him 7.60s across the board. So something important to know, and you'll see throughout the day, if there are 6 or more competitors in a division, the very first competitor has a chance to repeat. Now they also set the baseline for the group. So the baseline is what the judges judge from. So now Isaac is up next here. He's from Yorkton Martial Arts. Now he will be judged the baseline, which was I think it was Lucas that was up there. He'll be judged on Lucas's baseline. So we're going to see it go up or down from there based on what the judges see. So our first student up, that was Lucas. He was a Shotokan karate club. And Isaac here is actually from Yorkton Martial Arts, so they do taekwondo there. So slightly different style. He has great horse stances there, and that's something definitely the judges are going to be scoring for.
So Isaac got 5 7s across the board, so that's a pretty good score. And you now have another student here from Spirit of the Dragon, Alex. Again, they tend to be a bit more of a kung fu based style of forms from Spirit of the Dragon in Regina. So again, there's quite a few clubs from around the province competing here today, and we'll see how Alex does.
So one thing you guys will also see is the competitors, the students, they are doing what we call a kiai, or maybe they'll do a different yell. So the reason they do that is there's various different reasons. We kind of look at it as like a war cry. It adds that intensity to the form and the pattern, and it helps with the scoring as well.
And just back to what the judges are looking for, as you saw here on Alex, he had some very nice stances. And again, what the judges are looking for is when the student comes out of a kick or transitions into a nice stance, they're looking for any bobbling of the feet or a slight loss of balance, similar to what you see in gymnastics when they land a tumble, if you will. They want to see that the student lands under control with good balance.
So this is Nicholas Schillingford from Kuro Toro Dojo in Prince Albert. Again, this is the 8-9-year-old division, orange to green belt.
And I believe they're a Shotokan Karate Club?
Yes,
or
they are.
That's their style, I should
say. So something interesting to note, his twin brother is actually in this division with him. He was the very first competitor up. And just a little bit more information about Nicholas and Lucas. They are in grade 3.
Obviously twins.
Obviously twins. They've been training for 3 years at Kuro Toro. Their favorite, so Lucas's favorite sparring technique, which we will get to this afternoon, is a side thrust kick. His favorite martial art weapon is a sword. Yeah, and like I said, he started martial arts 3 years ago, so when he was 5, and his goals in life are to become a world champion. Now let's see what his brother compares to. So Nicholas, who is on right now, is in grade 3 as well. They both started at the same time, so length of time training is 3 years. His favorite sparring technique is a back fist. And why did he start martial arts? To make new friends. And that's one thing you'll see a lot or hear about a lot in martial arts is many people start this for the friendship. I know myself and my husband, we've been training together for over 30 years, and we've made lots of very great friends here. So that's something great that martial arts has to offer.
And now here comes the twin brothers, so we'll see how they compare to each other.
That's his brother. So as Kelly mentioned, his twin brother Lucas is up again because there is 6 competitors in this division, so he gets a chance to go again. And we'll see if his score beats his own score, essentially.
All right, always interesting to watch the two brothers and see who gets a better mark.
So he did beat his own baseline score. So when he first came up at the very start of the division, he scored 7.6s across the board. So he did better on this second round. So the judges will be taking that score into consideration.
And next up, you have another competitor from Regina, Spirit of the Dragon. Holden Stefaniuk. We'll see how Holden does.
He has great intensity.
And as you saw there, he gave a little demonstration of balance, so the child, will have to hold their legs up in a kicking stance or off the ground and hold it for a few seconds to show that they have balance and coordination. we'll see how Holden does here. As you saw, he had some very nice high kicks well above his head, so that's always rewarding to the judges to see that. So a pretty good score there for Holden.
Looks like we have one last competitor. Oh no, sorry, second last competitor. This is Nick Scrope coming up from Dalmeny Martial Arts.
And I believe they're a Shotokan karate club as well. So some nice intensity from Nick there with his handwork there, showing some good intensity and nice moves. Nice spin. And a really good score for Nick Scrope there from Dalmeny Martial Arts.
And now to finish out this division is Evian Hollingshed from Dalmeny Martial Arts as well. So Nick and Evian attend the same karate club out in Dalmeny. So just a little bit of information about Evian here. He is in grade 3. His club is Dalmeny Martial Arts, and this is his first time attending the Provincial Championships. He's been training for 2 years with Dalmeny.
He has some very nice horse stances there. As you can see, he's quite low. You can see the angles around his knees there, so quite nice.
You can see that good intensity in his face. And I think his intensity there is going to help him with his goal in life, which is to become a billionaire inventor.
Isn't that everyone's goal?
Great job, Evian. Great job. The judges are just tabulating their scores. Awesome. So what the judges are going to do now is ensure that there are no ties in the division. So we'll just be waiting a few moments to see what they're doing, and the judges can catch up here. Because like I said, it's all about, martial arts is about friendship, and we've known these guys for a very long time, and they've known each other for a very long time. So it's always nice to chat with your friends between divisions.
All right, looks like the judges have the results here, so we'll see who's going to be our next provincial champion in the 8 and 9-year-old bracket for forms. It's always nice for the children. I mean, they get a nice little award. They're provincial champion, as well as they get the glory of that. And there's also some funding that's always available for the provincial champions should they ever wish to go compete anywhere in North America. They do get some funding back and elite athlete status. So it's always rewarding for the children in that regard too.
So it looks like the kids are going to go on over to the podium to see who got first and second. So the kids are just getting bowed out by their judges right now, and we will let you know who won in this division shortly. Provincial runner-up for this division was Alex Curley from Spirit of the Dragon, and in first place, Nick Scrope from Dalmeny Martial Arts.
Congratulations, Nick. Well done, Alex.
In order to be invited to the provincial championships, you need to attend at least 3 tournaments throughout the year and place in those 3 tournaments. So it's just not open to everybody. You have to earn your place here.
And this year's provincial champion is Caleb for
So this student is from Spirit of the Dragon, and they are a blue belt. So we did see some Spirit of the Dragon competitors in this last division. And now you're going to see a little bit longer of a kata from these guys.
And as you see, she has very nice form here and very nice stances, and she has quite a bit of intensity. So again, pretty good score.
And Michael Porth from Spirit of the Dragon took the provincial championship there. Again, he did not have a competitor to go against, but he attended all those tournaments, earned his place here, so that championship is his.
And next up is Aiden Boschman from Macomb Martial Arts, Zone 6. He'll be doing his kata.
So just some information about Aiden. He is in grade 7 here in Saskatoon. He's been training with us, interestingly enough, for 7 years. He earned his black belt just earlier this year, and outside of karate, he does field lacrosse. Black belt divisions are always very exciting to watch because the level of knowledge and techniques these children have, and adults, you'll see some adults later on today, are just amazing.
And there you saw a little bit of the change in tempo there, very slow to start, and then he's slowly picking up the intensity, and now he's back down to slow.
Okay, so every hand forwards, 12 and 13, white and yellow. So provincial runner-up is very good.
And also, as you see, as they go up in belt color, and the complexity of the katas tend to be a little bit more complex, as well as the length of the kata and the sheer number of moves also tends to increase. So again, it tests the child's memory and their ability to memorize all the moves and still complete them to a high level.
So, and with that kata, Aiden Boschman took provincial champion. As they are bowing him out, I'll just let you know what we're going to be looking at next here in the center ring. We are looking at the 12 to 13-year-old blue-brown division. So we have, let's see how many of these kids are coming out. I think we have 5 competitors in this division. So in this division, we have clubs or students from Spirit of the Dragon, Dalmany Martial Arts, and Kuro Toro Dojo. So first up is Robin Wilkins from Spirit of the Dragon.
Can I have all forms competitors, 16 and 17-year-old, as well as 18-year-old, plus you can forms competitors. Please report this.
Some great intensity and balance in this kata.
Hey, and we have forms 14-15, white and yellow. Provincial runner-up is Emily Crystal from Provincial.
That's a very nice stance there, horse stance, very nice and low, nice lines on her legs, and good balance.
Provincial champion is Emily Suku from Spirit Dragon. There you go.
Oh, very nice stance work there by Robin. As you saw, she got very low, so that's always nice to see. Good balance, good control. So, pretty good kata by Robin here, I would say. We'll see how her score is and what the judges think. Well, that's a very good score to start the division off.
Josh was up, Kate's on deck. Let's go, Josh.
And Josh is from Prince Albert Kuro Toro Dojo. And we'll see as Josh is purple belt here, and we'll see how he does.
So just a reminder, we are looking at the 12 to 13-year-old division, blue to brown belts.
And again, you can see the difference in the forms as the Spirit of the Dragon student was a lot more based on lower stances and more kicks, where Josh here is a little bit more of the handwork.
And Josh's score will be coming up here.
So again, pretty good score.
Up next here is Cade Andrews from Dalmany Martial Arts. So some interesting information about Cade. He is in grade 8 at Dalmany School. Last year he was the provincial runner-up. He has been training with Dalmany Martial Arts for 7 years. He started martial arts when he was 7 and has grown to love it. And some of his goals in life, which I would think would be most kids' goal in life, is to do well in school. His favorite role model is the NBA player Anthony Davis, because he's an awesome basketball player. Great stances by Cade to start out the kata. Nice and deep in those forward and horse stances.
That was a nice jump kick there by Cade.
Great kata for the 12 and 13-year-old division. And if I did my math correctly, it looks like Cade is currently in first place. And this is Jacob Roberts from Kuro Toro Dojo up with his kata. So in the division we saw earlier with the 6 competitors, we had one of those competitors repeat, but now there's only 5. So we only repeat that first competitor if there is 6 or more in the division. So no repeats in this division. And we'll see how these 5 stack out.
One of the reasons we like to let that, when there's 6 or more students competing, we put that student in again is just to counteract any progressions in the marks going up. We like to give that student a secondary chance to score in the middle and give the judges a chance to see how that student is compared to in the middle of the pack versus when they're the first one up. It's always hard to set the baseline, and when you're first up, it's quite challenging. So again, if there's 6 or more, it gives that student a chance to show their skills and be compared to their peers, and gives the judges a better understanding of where they should rank. Very good intensity and a nice slow punch. Oh, good score.
I think that will take Jacob into first place. And to round out this division, this is Kalen Haid from Spirit of the Dragon. He is a brown belt in the 12-13-year-old division.
Good intensity. Again, a very nice horse stance. You see how low he can get in nice angles on the knees and good control of the hands and good balance, along with the intensity. Very nice.
Great kata by Kalen Haid from Spirit of the Dragon. And judges' score will be up shortly.
Very good score.
And that should be enough to take Kalen into first place for provincial champion. The judges are confirming there is no ties. Now, if there ever is a tie when we compete in kata, what happens is the 2 competitors get to go again to kind of face off against each other for that place that is tied for.
Sometimes the students are allowed to do a different, you can hear they're a very good intense kata there. The students are also sometimes allowed to perform a different kata in order to try and showcase different skills, or to try and show that they have more diversity, and just to also give the judges something else to base their decision on. And traditionally, when there is a tie like that, they traditionally don't give a score. They simply call the students up, and then they simply point to who they feel is the winner.
The judges have bowed the competitors out, and now we have another division starting here shortly. It's looking like we have the 16 to 17-year-old blue-brown belts. We have 3 competitors in this division.
Okay, we have the results for Kata 12-13 blue-brown. Provincial runner-up is Jacob Roberts from Provincial.
So up next we have the 16, 17-year-olds in blue to brown belt forms. And right now performing is Trent from Kuro Toro in Prince Albert. He's in grade 11. He's been training for about 9 years. He also likes to do light kickboxing and kickboxing. His favorite weapon for weapon forms is a sword. He also traveled to Dublin and competed over there in 2012 where he placed third. Let's see how Trent did. So very good baseline, 8-7.
And next up is Evan Fallman from Spirit of the Dragon. So Evan is a brown belt at Spirit of the Dragon, and he trains under Miss Kim Dalasoy and Brian Parks there.
I do know Evan is quite active on the provincial circuit here in Saskatchewan, and accumulated 178 points during the provincial circuit this year. So that's a pretty high score. So obviously he went to a lot of tournaments and did very well for himself.
Can you tell everybody watching how you earn those provincial points?
Well, you have to go to one of the have to attend a tournament within the province of Saskatchewan. It's sanctioned by the SNMA, and then you have to place either 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st. And based on how you place in your particular event and division, you'll earn points towards qualifying for the provincial championships, which we have today. We tend to take the top 6 competitors throughout the province in each of the events. And based on a Grand Prix style of point accumulation, and then the students face off against each other at the provincial championships in order to become the champion.
Great kata for Evan, and let's see what the judges give him for a score. And next up is Austin Irvine from Domini Martial Arts.
Austin was also quite competitive this year on the provincial circuit and accumulated, similar to Evan, 178 points on the provincial circuit this year. So again, he attended a lot of tournaments and did very well.
Something interesting to note about Austin is he actually traveled to Montreal last year to the WKU Western Nationals. Or sorry, that would have been the Nationals last year in Montreal, and did very well. He won in point sparring, and he loves to travel, and his goals are to compete in a world championship in karate. So I'm thinking that's going to be happening here soon.
I also believe, similar to Trent, Austin also likes to compete in light kickboxing as well. Little bobble there by Austin in his jump. Hopefully the judges are quite generous. Nice jump. A very nice kata.
Let's see what the judges do for scoring, as there was that little, as you said, Kelly, little wobble in that balance. So we'll see if they score appropriately there.
So a pretty good score by Austin.
Now, something you're not seeing off camera, just to my left, is that's where they are giving first and second, the provincial championship and runner-up. So I'll do my best to try to update you as the divisions finish and as another one begins. So listen for that. We will also be posting all of these on our provincial website, www.saskmartialarts.com.
Okay, we have some more results. In the hand forms, 14-15, blue and brown. The provincial runner-up is Ryan Hoffer, after the Dragon.
And we're going to go right into another division. No break for these judges. We are going to be looking at a weapons kata. So the two boys that qualify, this is the 11 and under, white to orange belt. Actually, excuse me, white to green belt division. We have two competitors. It looks like we have Evian and Nick, both from Domini Martial Arts. We saw them a little bit earlier with their open hand kata. Now, these two have both chosen the same weapon to compete with, a bow staff. Kelly, could you give us a little bit of information about what the judges look for in regards to a weapons kata as opposed to a open hand kata?
So again, they'll be looking similar to similar open hand forms. They'll be looking for intensity, a change in tempo, complexity of the moves, difficulty of the moves, as well as the control of the weapon. As well, they're looking for, in this particular style, which will be a hard style of open hand, or a weapon form, excuse me, they're looking for the moves to simulate something that we see in a combat. So not so flashy of moves, but more very related to what would actually happen if they were using the weapon as a weapon, if you will. And this is, again, more of a traditional or hard style weapon kata form, as opposed to what you'll often see at other tournaments. You'll see as sometimes you'll see on YouTube, be very flashy with musical weapon katas, and those are called extremes, where the children or the competitors tend to do a lot of tricks and do it to music, which is also very exciting.
Great weapons kata by Evian from Domini. And now, as I mentioned earlier, Evian and Nick actually both train together. So that's always fun going against one of your fellow teammates, especially in the provincial championships.
Here we have some results. So weapons forms, 11 up, green to brown. The provincial runner-up is
Very nice spin there by Nick. Good control.
Good balance there by Nick.
And again, because there's a difference in the belt level, or their belts, Nick will be performing a slightly longer kata and more complex kata.
So now, because there is only two competitors, no scoring sheets are used. The judges will just point to who they think won with
like their
hands. So Nick is the provincial championship in the 11, provincial champion in the 11 and under white to green belt, weapons kata.
We have some results for weapon 4, 17 and up.
So here's just a shot of Nick and Evian getting their provincial champion and runner-up for that weapons katas we just saw. So like I said, we're going to take a little break here. The judges are just getting everything set up. We have a big division coming in of weapons kata, and then I think we're moving on to the black belt division. So we are about to get started in the 17 and under division, weapons forms, green to blue, or green to brown belt, excuse me.
Pam here as a bucket. She's going around for 50-50 draw. He's by a 50-50.
We have a large group of competitors here. We have 8 competitors. 7, sorry, excuse me. Not enough coffee here this morning for me. Now we are in that slightly older division. So we saw 11 and unders earlier. Now this is our 17 and under. So you're going to see some intensity come out in these kids. You are going to see deeper stances, more complicated katas.
And what you'll also see is that some of the competitors come up, their weapons, even though they're all bow staffs, are slightly different. So you'll see some with more traditional wooden bows, which are a little heavier. And then you're also going to see some competitors with more of the tricking bows, which tend to be a little flashier and a little lighter. And they're used more for tricks.
So first up here is Kaylin Haight from Spirit of the Dragon.
Okay, very nice move there. Tends to be more of a trick style opening there. So obviously some very good control of the weapon there, as you see. And a very nice finish. So a very good beginning for a baseline score. And we'll be seeing him again a little bit, competing again, so that the judges can compare his first performance to his second performance, and he'll get the benefit of the better mark to ensure that all the scoring is as fair as possible. And as you see, he has more of a traditional style bow, wood, whereas opposed to the first competitor there had more of a trick style bow. And again, very good control of the bow. Nice kick there. Very nice stance, as you saw. Good horse stance, nice lines.
So something to note about Logan, who just finished out his kata here, he is in many other sports besides just karate, football. He's quite talented.
And again, a pretty good score for Logan.
Next up is Cade Andrews from Dalmany Martial Arts. We saw him earlier with his open hand kata. So again, if we're looking at both staffs, Cade has more of a traditional wooden style bow staff.
And a nice kick and some good handwork there with the weapon.
Good control with the weapon. That is one big thing that the judges look for, is that control of the weapon.
That's nice kicks again by Cade. And a nice finish.
All competitors with their arms, please report to the staging desk, wherein we will be having blackout competitors in the center ring, and we will be bringing through.
Up next is Evan Fallman from Spirit of the Dragon.
And again, he's using a more traditional wooden bow as opposed to what I refer to as a tricking bow, or oftentimes it's referred to more in the official circuits, or more in the official capacity as an aluminum type bow. Nice jump, nice control. Very nice jump kick there with the spin. So again, a very good mark.
So we're seeing Kalen come up again because he was that competitor. Remember, there is 7 competitors in this group, so he gets to go again to try to beat his original score.
And some very nice control, good handwork. And a very nice spin around. And a very nice finish.
So coming onto the mat is Rylan Hoppert from Spirit of the Dragon. He's a junior instructor at Spirit of the Dragon. Something interesting to note about Rylan is he's actually been to the U.S. Opens several times. That's a big martial arts competition down in Florida, and people from all over the world go into that tournament there. Great opening for Rylan.
Very nice horse stance there. You can see how low he is and very clean lines on the legs. And very nice control, good balance. And then you see some nice change of tempo. And very good work.
Nice strong stances, good clean lines here for Rylan.
Very nice form. So very good score, and I believe that would be first place now. One thing to note also with the Saskatchewan Martial Arts Association, there are a fair amount of competitors within the association that do travel internationally and do on a regular basis compete on international tournaments, as Crystal had mentioned.
So up now is Phoenix Thompson from Mikisew Martial Arts. They are a club located in Nipawin.
She's been training for 3 years. Traditionally just stays with the bow. She enjoys horseback riding. And she's in, I believe she is in grade 7.
Phoenix was also part of the 2016 and 2017 Provincial Championships as well.
So not a bad score there for Phoenix. Up next is Hannah Slater from Spirit of the Dragon. As you can see, she has a very shiny aluminum bow.
Hannah, as well as Rylan, as I mentioned earlier, has competed several times at the U.S. Open, and she's actually won with this particular bow staff kata.
See some very good handwork there. Beautiful kick, well above the head. I mean, and as you can see, one of the obvious differences between a traditional bow and an aluminum style bow is you can see the aluminum style bow tends to be very shiny and catches your eye as it is spun. Very nice work there with her kicks there, as you saw. And the splits, very nice.
Not only is Hannah a great martial artist, she is also a singer as well outside of the dojo. As you can see, she trains at Spirit of the Dragon, and she is a junior instructor there under Miss Kim Delasoy and Mr. Brian Parks.
Very nice kata.
As you can see, the crowd loved it.
So a very good score.
I believe that still has Rylan in first, but we will see if there's any ties, and we'll see what the final decision is here shortly.
Okay, so the weapon form 17, green and brown. So Provincial runner-up is Kaylin Yates, Spirit of the Dragon.
So Kaylin was the runner-up in this division, and your new provincial champion for 2018.
Provincial champion is Rylan Hopper from Spirit of the Dragon as well.
Now, if you didn't hear that, Rylan from Spirit of the Dragon in Regina was the provincial champion.